Good evening, and welcome to episode 93 of Malt and Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nylin. I literally almost forgot the name of our stream then, which just shows you, like, today has been... apologies for the slight delay there. We have been working on some technical stuff in the background just to help our resident Mr. Wizard streamline a few things. Still some teething issues, but we'll get there. All behind the scenes. Hello to the new chatters. That's amazing. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, go check out the past episodes if you've not already done so. But welcome. Thank you again for joining in. So let's get through our usual thank yous. Let's say thank you to Incarnate and Owlbear Rodeo for all things mapping and virtual tabletop. All of the maps we use tonight will have been built in Incarnate, and they are awesome, if I do say so myself. And then Owlbear Rodeo is our virtual tabletop. Still waiting for that version 2 drop. Still waiting for it. Hopefully it will come soon. Obviously a massive shout out to Dungeon Alchemist as well. I will be using them in the future, don't worry. There's updates that I need to download, install, and then figure out what to do with. But we'll get there. Of course, a massive shout out to D&D Beyond, with whom all of this is made even more possible and all the better. Everything from encounter builders, character creation, rule checks, all those sorts of things. It's simply the D&D tool of choice, I guess. So yeah, thank you for them. Hawaii, that's amazing. I need to stop getting distracted by the chat now. I'll come and say hi to you properly, aloha, in a minute. So, usual, get through our thank yous. Massive shout out to Hero Forge. I've been having a lot of fun with Hero Forge this week. I am going to, at some point, we'll post out on social media. I'm basically doing the armies of Nylin. So, a representative character that represents each of the forces for the various towns, cities, establishments, those sorts of things. So we'll have a series of guards to come out at some point. So Hero Forge is amazing. We've also been updating some tokens in the background. We'll probably see them next week, not this week, because there's still a few to finalise with the new goodies that people have been given, as I take a massive deep breath. And of course then a huge shout out to all the audio tools that we use, to Tabletop Audio, and of course BattleBards. I have forgotten my DM's tools. I knew I was going to do that. So to consume 5e Magic Shop and 2 Minutes tools for all those extra Dungeon Master tools. But yes, the audio stuff to Tabletop Audio for our musical tracks, and then BattleBards for our sound effects. If you want to get your own sound effects in your own game, then we can offer you a cheeky discount by using the code you see on screen as we speak. Malt and Magic. Go use that code as you register. Get yourselves a nice discount. And there we go. I managed to make it through the intro somewhat unscathed, or at least the thank yous somewhat unscathed. So you can see our social media links that have been popping up along the bottom there. Please go visit us on those various apps and profiles, so Twitter, Instagram. There is TikTok hidden there somewhere behind the scenes. I will eventually do another one just to make sure we're growing that following at some point. And of course you can go check out all our past episodes on YouTube. Or if you would rather listen, you can go check them out on podcast. So on your podcast platform of choice. And if you can leave a rating, we will love you forever. And I think that's it. So we have an underwater adventure to continue. So let's get into it, shall we? There will be adult language and most certainly adult humour. You have been warned. Let's roll. Hello.
Cheers.
Cheers all. Happy Monday.
Oh, cheers.
If you hear weird noises coming from me, some bloke's revving up a quad bike outside my window. Just
It's not the curry.
It's the vibrating butt plug again.
it's not being for not. Yeah, no, it's not. I've got to love that game.
Yeah, you ran out of diesel. You can't use it tonight.
Mine's on the end
So
of the
before we
trail.
descend into chaos, before we've even started,
Sorry.
oh dear, let's run down the lineup, as we do have new folks joining us tonight. So I am Matt, I am your Dungeon Master for this evening. I also play our sidekick character of Bothrid, who is a Hobgoblin Barbarian Druid.
I am Danny, and I play Ander Splinterthorn, who may fulfil his destiny this evening if all goes to plan.
Oh, you're feeling very hopeful, huh? Hello, I am Simo, and I'm playing Kirik Gravetusk, the cleric fighter, who is pretty much fully powered. So we'll see what happens.
The Kirik battery has been charged.
Oh my!
It has, yes. Long rest has been had.
Can I borrow it from my butt plug?
No.
I'm Dave. I play Dargon, the Goliath fighter warlock, and yeah, looking forward to to getting on with this underwater session.
Excellent.
Matt would not let us call it Under the Sea.
No,
We tried.
absolutely fucking
He wanted, a working title that made sense with the plot and all that.
yeah, something that actually made sense would have been good. Absolute bunch of nutters. So last week, of course, we started in the tiny town of Seameet as we exited death and set foot into Seameet to find it pretty much empty. The only bit of destruction, however, was obviously the house where the two dwarven caretakers, should we call them, had lived. But you only found one corpse. And then you decided to make your way out of Seameet and head towards the river. And as you headed towards the river, you spotted the ship, the Summer's End. Dargon, Azazel, your familiar, flew out and was immediately attacked, I suppose you could call it, with a bloody hand that was thrown up at it. And it was at that point Azazel recognised the amount of zombies that were on board this ship. And it started to give chase. Kirik, in a moment of do I, don't I, very, very close to jumping straight, or jumping ship, I suppose would be the pun there, and trying to obliterate every single zombie on there, chose the better option, if I can call it that.
I think the dice chose
its
rather than
path.
Kirik.
I was about to say, I'm sure that Kirik actually thought it was the morally ambiguous, road to not jump on.
Yes. So you all then stepped into the river and, using a variety of spells that were cast, sank straight down to the bottom and began your underwater march to the lock to go and find the source or whatever is in there. Eventually got there. There was a brief moment, I say a brief, there was a long rest underwater, in which case there was a dome cast, and then somebody went for a wee outside the dome, and the dome disappeared and had to be recast. Last week was chaotic, I think we can safely say. But eventually you reached a city of sorts underwater, that pull for you, Ander, getting stronger and stronger as you approached. And as you approached the edge of this city, or these walls, it looks like you were in an old dock area maybe, or something like that. You were beset upon by 3 water elemental type creatures and their actual water elemental pets. And that's where we left off last week, in the middle of this battle, having seen off one of these Marids and seen off 2 water elementals. We begin tonight pretty much straight into the midst of combat. So you have the map link. You can bring that up. Hopefully everybody is on. The encounter is ready to go. And Bothrid had already had his turn, so we start this week with Ander.
It's for the best. So what will I do? I will bonus action steady aim so I can get advantage on a stab to this creature. And hopefully, if I start the night off with a natural 20, we're gonna complete the campaign today. So
I've not warmed it up yet.
26 to hit is still good. So that will be.
I mean, it's going to hit.
8 piercing damage and a sneak
piercing?
attack damage of 14.
14
For
points
Nyland.
of damage, exactly as you stab with the blade, and in your brain is for Nyland, stab the bastards. Cool. That will be your go then, Dargon.
Right. Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. I will attack whatever's in front of me. This is it. Water elemental.
Water elemental. Yes,
that's the one. Right, lovely. Right, hang on a minute. Dice always helps.
It does, mate. You know,
Roll that big one behind
when you're playing
it.
D&D, it's kind of a
like
core
so.
Yeah, that one.
functionality.
Yeah. There they are. Yeah. You know, it's not.
Cause an electrical fire in the
And it's a Okie dokie. All right. Math is good. 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Are you correctly attuned?
Yeah, I'm adding 47 to it. Is that right? That seems about right, doesn't it?
that's
Yeah.
That's about right, yeah.
And do you have disadvantage on this attack because you're underwater?
No, because
He's been swimming.
He has the ring of swimming.
ring of swimmage.
Just
Michael Phelps.
double checking, making sure everybody's got their shit together.
Right, and
And
then
I'm,
the second.
I've got my gills out, just so you know.
Yeah.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in public. Oh,
General
yeah, a 32 to hit was the second one, and then an 18 to hit.
Nice.
All hit, cool. These are all one-handed, I believe. Yes, one-handed, I believe.
One-handed.
So I shall roll that. That is 51 points of damage.
51 points of damage.
Well, pretty well
to
on those d8s.
the water. Yeah, that was pretty good. This water elemental is not only baned and slowed, it is also now bloodied.
Nice. And yes, it's only an elemental. It's not anything else. It doesn't get that extra damage.
It's just an elemental.
It is just that. So that will be what I would like to. I shall move round here.
Okay, that's fine. So, Dargon, with that ring that glows almost blue as you then swing 3 swipes through this water elemental, as just these sort of, it's almost like bursts of steam just come off it, and it diminishes slightly. It is not looking good. But with that, we are then over to Married A, who's going to come straight down here and is going to wind its hands up and shoot out this jet of water in a 60-foot line. So I need dexterity saving throws from Bothrid and Dargon.
Okay.
You're basically fighting Squirtle.
I need to check. Bothrid.
Oh, beauty. 21 to hit.
You've made a ridiculous amount of dexterity saving throws for somebody who's a big heavy Goliath in a full suit of armour.
Yeah. That was a 19 plus 2. So you know,
Nice.
I'm nimble as fuck apparently underwater.
I suppose ring of swimming. Yeah,
Bear
makes
in mind,
sense.
every other time I have been atrocious at them.
Sorry, I'm just
You just need to
trying
roll like
to
that for the
see.
wisdom saves and you'll be fine.
Yeah, they're plus naught, so I really do need the help.
Trying to remember our rule from last week around dexterity saving throws. I think we said they weren't at disadvantage, didn't we?
If he's Ring of Swimming, it won't matter. But for Bothrid,
I know it won't matter. I'm thinking for Bothrid.
Yeah.
Difficult terrain, half speed. Combat is obviously... So, certain melee weapons, that's fine. So he rolls that normally. Dexterity saving throw. Which he can see, and therefore gets advantage with 4.
Danger sense.
That bounced. Get in. So that's not good. That was a 9, or... That's better. And 21.
I'm now saying Danger Sense to the tune of Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins.
Highway to my danger sense. Anyway, what was your save? Sorry,
I
Dave.
could actually see that joke forming in your face, Danny.
21.
21. So everybody saves on that one, which means you are going to take half damage. So I need 6. 6 of them. 1, 2, 3.
Oh no!
4, 5, 6.
Got to remember to,
Right, so give me
con saving throw.
3, 8, 14, 17.
It's a lot of dice.
Shit and corruption 23, 26, half to 13 for both of you, because Bothrid is not yet raging.
Okay.
13 points of damage. At least I don't think he's raging. Oh no, he is raging. Is he? Must be, because I've clicked rage. And this is the first encounter we've had.
Yeah, he came out of eel form and raged. So yes, he did.
He did.
Last time,
Yeah.
Yarp.
Rage. Yarp. Cool. In which case, Bothrid's going to take half of that again, so that will be 7.
And I need to. Yeah. That was a. Yep. Con saving throw. I'm fine.
Excellent. So that will be Married A's go. I think. Yeah.
I don't remember who I hexed.
You have not moved said hex yet.
Cool. I need to move said hex.
So it's
So Married
so it's
C.
Kirik doing the Bane and you're doing Hex.
I'm doing hex, and it
Yes.
was on the it was on the creature I last killed, or last died. So I
So
need to move it.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what you're concentrating on.
So then, Married C is going to take
Yes.
this trident constructed of water and is going to aim to stab you twice. And there is it going to try and stab you twice. So the first one comes through, natural 1. Second one
Ha!
for an 18 to hit, sir.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
18 will hit, so you are going to take 2 of them. That's 6. Is that? That's 4, so that's 16 points of piercing damage. Sorry, no, it's not D6, it's D8s, because it's using it two-handed. Forgive me.
Oh!
One of them, one of them. So that instead will be 1, 5, 11 points of piercing damage. There you go. Should have gone with the D6s.
I will uncanny dodge it nonetheless to make it 6.
Yep. 6 points of damage. Excellent. The Married is then going to swim behind you. And Kirik,
Oh, I need to make a concentration check. I'll do that in the
you
background.
do need to make a concentration check. 10 or above.
I rolled a 1.
Oh
Slow
dear,
as
well, that's
gone.
slow fucked.
Yeah.
Cheers. Got to press the 1 button, Dave.
Press the 1. Press the 1.
Wah, wah, wah.
There we go.
Screen so they can see it. I
Grave Tusk
will
then.
move 5, 10, 15, because I know Ender likes to attack enemies that have other one of us around. And as I am moving, I will reach out towards Married C with my hand, and there's this sort of like purple electricity around my gauntlet. I'm going to reach out towards its shoulder, and I will cast Vampiric Touch
Now we're talking.
at the 3rd level for a 13 to hit.
13 on the married will not hit.
That is.
Oh, can you use your...
No. I need to use it before I know the result, right? Bardic
I will
Inspiration.
allow it, but just because you forgot about it. So
The Bardic Inspiration is to add it to the hit points restored or the damage dealt by a magical spell, not the hit itself.
that's the additional capability of your Bardic Inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Main ability, I believe, is a d20 roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So I'll allow it.
That makes it a 16 to hit.
16 is just short of what you need.
It's a d8, right? That we're
You get to keep it though, if you fail with it once.
the d8,
Okay.
right? And
It is a D8.
Yeah.
cool. Great. So that fails, but I am concentrating on that spell now.
Tokens. So many tokens. There we go. Concentrating and bardically inspired. Anything else on your turn, sir?
I will use a harness divine power to get a 3rd level slot back.
Very well.
That's it.
Okay, now this water elemental is no longer slowed.
He is no
is
longer
going-
baned either, because Bane is a concentration spell as well.
It is indeed. Let's just shift that all the way up there. Not slowed, but is bloodied. So it's going to move directly into Dargon's space and just sort of... in fact, I need to roll for that, don't I? Does not do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that move. So instead, it's going to make 2 slam attacks against you.
Yep.
That's going to miss. Ooh, what's that? A 25 to hit with the second.
Yes.
You are going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. The water elemental just sort of smacks into you. That will be the water elemental's go. We'll back up the top to Bothrid, who, because I forgot last week that he will be rolling with disadvantage, is going to recklessly attack.
Nice.
And
Nice.
he will use his bonus action to replace Nature's Thread and take out the woodcutter's axe. And will make a straight roll to hit the married.
Just to retcon something, I wasn't concentrating on slow, I was concentrating on my aquatic adaptation through the alter self spell.
Which means slow would have gone down anyway.
So slow was gone last week.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
we did that last time.
I was concentrating on my gills and my ability to swim, so my attacks are now affected.
I was
Disadvantage.
going to say, you can still breathe because it was Bothrid
Yeah,
that
yeah.
cast water
Or is it
breathing.
swimming and stuff I wanted it for, wasn't it?
Yeah. That is a natural 20.
Bothrid.
So with the woodcutter's axe, that is 2d12.
Go on, Bufford. Fuck 'em
That
up.
is going to be 4, a 12 plus. Let's look at that. Okay, yeah, it's not a plant. So that was 12, 17 points of slashing damage to Married A with the first attack. And then he's going to swing again. That's a 4 that time, which may still do it, because Bothrid has a plus to, so 14 is going to miss. That will then be Bothrid's go, because he's not moving. Lost my encounter. There we go. Over to Mr. Splinterthorn. Dargon
So,
is also
I'm
bloody.
gonna have
The
to
small
use-
globules of blood just boom, boom, boom.
I'm going to have to use steady aim just to get a normal attack on C.
Okay.
So that's okay. I can still use my sneak attack because Kirik is there. So that is a dirty 20 to hit
Dirty 20
With a
will hit
blade.
on Married C.
with 10 piercing damage and
Piercing.
the sneak attack damage
Don't
of
get sneak
19.
attack, do you?
Yeah, he's next to Kirik.
Oh no, sorry, engage. Yep, ignore me.
Engaged with me.
Yep, ignore me. That's fine. Cool. So again, the blade. Kill him! Finalen! And you create another small little wound.
Slow motion.
In fact, because you are using a dagger, you can roll normally with a dagger.
Alright then, let's just roll the hit again.
Roll,
See if
so
I would
roll
have
with
got.
advantage to see what happened. Yeah, if it got a natural 20, then fine. But
I didn't.
cool.
I got an
We'll
18.
stick with what I
So
got.
all the damage is the
So
same.
yes,
Yeah.
if you are using a dagger, a javelin, a short sword, spear, or trident, no disadvantage. Anything else, disadvantage. And spells should work fine underwater.
Even if it's a melee spell attack.
It's your hand, though, isn't it? So I'd wager if a dagger works, your hand would work.
Cool.
How would Fireball work?
Well, that's down to flavour more than anything else, because technically the spell
Let's
still
test it out.
works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
I
could
could
just
just
be
create
like
a geyser. Like a hot
exactly.
steam.
It could just be like a massive ball of steam, that
Yeah,
boiling water.
true.
Which goes for
Stole
any
damage.
spell, really. It doesn't just because it says fireball doesn't have to be a fireball. You could
Be
be a
boiling
water
water.
genasi with the ability to cast firewall and still just throw a boiling water at still heat damage more than anything. But there you go. The nuances of D&D. Cool. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Excellent. We'll go straight over to Dargon then, who is bloodied with the slam attacks from the elemental there. So over to you. You have the elemental. The married has sort of snuck around the other side of Bothrid.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. I'm gonna try and get rid of this elemental that has been hounding me. So that is a 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
And 21? Yeah, 21.
All three of those will hit.
Okay, and so then...
Fuck him up!
Fuck him up! All these three... Do you know what? For shits and fucking giggles, because I can, there's going to have a superiority die go into this one, because I can do after I know that I've hit the last one. And it is the
Nice.
Precision Strike. So that is going to be a D10 added to this. So that is going to be... So 55 points of slashing damage.
51 points, you say?
55.
55. This water elemental, you just... and cut it into ribbons, and it just bursts into bubbles, ceased to exist. Not sure why it says concentrating on that particular... I think it's because I dropped it into the middle of your thing there.
Ah, yes, it would have, yes. The damage I took before, I did do a concentration check. I am still okay, so I will
That's
bonus
fine.
action move Hex to married A.
Nice.
Excellent. Hex.
Excellent.
Oh, there we go.
Get it.
Disadvantage on your next attack.
It's right there. It's right there.
That's my go.
Excellent. As I just failed the reply in Twitch.
No, I'd say that's my go. I will also move around so that I'm actually next to him. That would be useful. So I'll do that.
Yes.
Cool. In which case we are then over to Married A, who, now that you've hexed it, and as you sort of swim over, it is going to take that trident that it has, and it's going to try and skewer Bothrid once. That will be at advantage. And then it's going to go for Dargon. So the first one at advantage against Bothrid is an 18 or a 29. I think we'll take the 29. So there's going to be 5, 8, 14 points of piercing damage, reduced to 7 for Bothrid, because he is raging. And then the second one, not at advantage, but at you, Dargon, it's going to be a natural 20.
Sentinel, though.
Fucker.
You know what?
25 feet away, sir.
I was umming and ahhing, going, shall I use my my reaction then? And then I was like, oh, but I might need it later. Yeah, I'm going to save this.
So that's going to be 5, 10, 16 points of piercing damage against you.
So I will Stone's Endurance that.
Could have been 26 points of piercing damage if not for the bloody glaive
would
glaive
not.
cleric.
Sorry, how
Cleric.
much damage was that?
16.
16.
Reduced
Minus
to
9.
8 if you're halving it.
7.
Okay.
Damage. 7 damage. Here we go. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, concentration check, please.
Concentration check. Yep, 23.
Cool. Married C then, it's going to do the same, but against Ander and Kirik. So the first trident attack we'll do to Ander will be a natural 1.
Whee!
One extreme to the other, and then against Kirik, a natural 20.
Wow.
Taking a picture again. Love this dice. It's literally one or the other. Can't sentinel that fucker, can you?
Cannot.
Sorry, was that spiteful?
A little bit better, yeah.
1, 4, 11, 18, 24 points of piercing damage to Kirik.
Nice.
And then I will need a concentration check of a 12 or higher.
Yes. Eight plus 4.
13.
12.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Still manages to maintain that huge form there.
Thank
That
God
large
for
form,
my
I should say.
feet.
Yeah.
The resilient feet.
Good stuff. And with that, we are then over to Kirik as this married sort of stabs into you, and you feel that go straight in. Even though it's water, this trident, you feel it pierce your body, and it hurts.
I will use my action to attack with my vampiric touch.
Okay, this time not a disadvantage.
I didn't roll a disadvantage last time.
Oh, okay.
Wondering. Jesus fucking Christ. 16 again.
16 will not hit.
Rolled 3 on the dice last time. This time I rolled 4. So amazing.
So the
I'm
Bardic
doing really
Inspiration,
great, guys.
does that still stick around, or is it gone on the second try?
Yeah,
I
so
used
it's gone
Bardic
on the second
Inspiration
try,
and
yeah.
then rolled a 2. It's gone on the second try?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
So
you can't-
Well,
basically
it just
you
says
get it
relentless
twice.
or whatever it's called. Unfailing inspiration says if you fail, you can keep it. Does that mean you just keep it forever?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say a number.
Doesn't say it goes.
Yeah. That's how I
All
understand.
All right, yeah, keep it forever, mate.
Keep it.
Well, that only lasts 10 minutes anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
I mean, that is forever in a fight, so.
True.
100 rounds.
And Stick, all I'm going to say is I love this dice. It's from D&D Dice. It's fucking amazing. So if anybody wants decent dice, like D&D Dice do amazing stuff. It's also a hard-edged dice, so that whole kit,
It's also weighted.
whole set.
By the looks of it.
It's not weighted.
It's really heavy on the number 1 for some reason.
I say it's not weighted. I've just rolled it as a test, and it's another natural 20.
Yeah, it's weighted.
Yeah.
hell.
I'm blaming the dice tower.
Use my second. Well, I'm using the dice tower as well. It's not helping. I'm going to use the second wind ability to recover some hit points. I gain
Natural 1 there.
6 hit points back.
Nice.
I concentrate for a little bit, and that's my turn.
Right, just look at that for a sharp-edged dice.
Wow.
It hurts when you miss, by the way, and accidentally smack your hand on it. It's painful. Cool. With the end of Kirik's turn, then the water elemental is dead. I just didn't do the hit points right. And we are back up the top to Bothrid, who's still raging. He's going to attack recklessly once again with the woodcutter's axe on this Marid. Straight roll for a 16 to hit, which is not going to hit. Just misses with the first. Same again on the second, so this time just... As I hit the mic, there we go, swinging around too much. Swings that woodcutter's axe, too slow in the water. Marid just sort of swoops out the way. What have we got for bonus actions for you then, you big, lovable bastard? Well, seen as we are now using the Monsters of the Multiverse version of Hobgoblins, Bothrid is going to use his bonus action to use his Fey gift. And he is going to use that to give Dargon temporary hit points of
Nice.
9 as he uses the Fey gift of hospitality.
Oh, boyo. I'll have them. Thank you very much. It's very nice.
Cool.
I'm not going to question why hobgoblins are now Fey ancestry, but you know, I'll take the hospitality.
They always were.
They just now get
Always
Fey
were.
stuff.
Yeah. It's just now playing on that Fey background. Cool. Ander.
Well, you know, I can't really move very far now. I can't swim with me gills and webbed fingers, so I'm just going to do a lot of... Oh, I think it is... I will... Bonus action, unsettling words. And the unsettling words with prepare to die, you puddle of piss. And I will cast Dissonant Whispers, so he'll have disadvantage on the Wisdom 18 save. I'll do that second level.
Wisdom saving throw. Disadvantage, you say, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it ain't gonna get much worse than that. That
No,
was a
I say
natural
disadvantage.
one.
You roll it. Sorry, you just subtract a d8. I was talking shit.
Oh, in which case it was a natural 1. So I can't do anything with it anyway. That's going to be double damage as well because that's a critical fail.
Nice!
Amaze balls. So that is psychic damage of 28.
Holy
And then
shit!
you must move as far away from me as possible as you can. Which will then evoke
So
an
that's
attack of
unsettling
opportunity.
words gone.
Holy crap.
That is bloodied, and it's going to immediately swim. It's got 90 feet swimming speed.
That's off the
Fucking
map.
hell. See you later,
5,
mate.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, half again. So yeah,
So I'll get an attack of opportunity now then, right?
both you and Kirit get attacks of opportunity if you wish to use them.
Yeah, please. So that's 24 to hit.
That will hit as it
With-
turns its back and you stab in.
Another 10 piercing damage for its troubles.
10 piercing damage.
What a round!
Would you like to take an attack of opportunity?
There we go.
Yes, because I'm concentrating on the spell, so I can technically do attack with it.
Oh shit, I forgot you were doing a touchy touch spell.
Yeah. 28
Shit,
to
sorry.
hit. That's
28
fine.
will
28
hit.
Amazing. 1, 2, 3 of these, and I will use the Bardic Inspiration for an extra bit of damage.
Nice.
3d6, isn't it? Yes. 12, 14, 21 points of necrotic damage.
Nice.
And some of that energy is going to get transferred back to me as I gain 11 hit points.
Very nicely done, sir.
Saving some stuff. Yep.
In which case, Ander, anything else on your turn? Movement now?
No, I'll stay where I am.
Because it had to use its reaction to move away from you immediately, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Just double checking. In which case, we'll then over to Dargon. You have this hexed creature in front of you.
I do. 3 attacks. Okay. That is a 26, a 26, and a dirty 20.
Very
Nice.
good, sir. All 3 will hit.
Okay.
Don't forget your additional d6 on top of all 3 of them.
Do you need them separating out?
Nope.
Okay.
Not unless any of them deal lightning, cold, or acid damage.
Nope. It's another. And I need the d6s. That is 62 points of damage.
Fucking hell.
There's 9 points
Married.
of necrotic in that. That was not a bad roll.
Nice.
Average.
A is now bloodied as well as these 3 swipes come across, and you can just see these small globules of, could be blood or just something, sort of now floating through the water to mix now with the blood, which is slowly seeping out of you.
Yeah. Right. So I will. As I finish that, I bring the sword sort of back up to a defense, stance, and the sword glows, and I heal a bit by 5 points as I use healing light as a bonus.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool. There we go. I don't think I want to move, so I'm going to stay there.
Excellent. It is then Married A's go, who is going to sort of takes the trident into one hand, and this sort of swirling vortex of energy collects in its hand, and it's just going to place its hand on its chest and will disappear. Which is really good, because the hex stays there. So I'm just going to move that there. That is not where this thing is. Just leaving hex there for now.
Cool.
Do you not know? No. No. That's a different spell.
Nope. Cool.
Hunter's Mark. Do you know the location of the creature with hex?
Ooh.
Don't think so.
Don't think so, but I'm
I think
searching.
I think it's just Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
It's just the additional damage. Hunter's Mark's the one that was. Cool, that will be Married A's go. Married C is going to turn and swim the 90 feet back.
Oh yeah, it also gives that other thing that I never remember, no one ever remembers, and it doesn't even seem to help. It does oppose disadvantage on an ability that I can choose, but it's an ability check, not a saving throw.
Yeah, that's fine.
So for shits and giggles, I'm going to say strength. And we'll just leave it there.
So Marid C is going to turn and swim straight back up to you. Only had to move its movement speed, right, Danny? Or was it a dash?
Yeah. No, as
Just
far
its
away from
movement
it as
speed.
it can. Yeah.
Just its
That's a
movement speed,
dash.
that's fine. Cool.
It's not the
In which
fear.
case it's going to swim straight back up, and it's going to use its 2 trident attacks, one on Ander, one on Kirik. First one going straight to Ander is a 19.
Bugger. Yep.
Okay, that's going to be 4, 9, 15 points of piercing damage as it swims up
Uncanny
and
dodge!
stabs this straight in. That will be 8 points of piercing damage. And then to
That's how Ander
Kirik
sounds underwater. Really high pitched for some reason.
turns, and that is a 29. Is it then turns and swings this trident towards Kirik? Which is going to
I like to think he says uncanny dodge out loud when he does it as well. Uncanny
in that
dodge!
voice. That is 11, 19 points of piercing damage to Kirik.
Concentration check. Another 12.
There we go, that's enough. And that will be its go, and then Kirik, it is your turn, sir.
I will attack with my vampiric torch for an 18 to hit.
An 18 will just hit. 17 is the number you need.
Great. 12 points of necrotic damage.
12 points of necrotic damage. Not looking good. You can see how its form is beginning to almost wither away. The scales on its body just seem to be almost flaking off.
Great, I will action surge and do that again.
Nice.
Nice.
Love it.
Yep. It's going to fail with a 14.
Will not hit. This time the Marid's waiting for it and just sort of ducks out of the way.
And that's 2
I'm just going to point out before you do anything else, I love how Dave set his room colour to a nice blue tonight to be underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had green.
Did you do it on
last
purpose?
week, and then
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it like fiery red when we're up Schitt's Creek.
yeah.
Just turn all the lights off when it all goes wrong.
No, that's
I
when he dies.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it?
Dave's dead. Or he's been eliminated from the weakest link. I don't know.
You're the weakest link, goodbye.
Excellent. Sorry, Kirik. The rest of your
that's-
turn, sir.
It's alright, that is going to be my
Excellent. In which case, we are back up the top to Bothrid, who is just sort of raging, looking around. Can't see much, but can see where Ander and Kirik are. So he, if I remember rightly, has water breathing, so he's got half his movement speed, which is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20 will technically get him to there, so can't quite get to the Marid. It's 22.5 feet. I don't want to do half squares, so we'll leave it at that. That will be Bothrid's go then. Ander.
I'm going to finish off very out to sea now. So, steady aim, so I get advantage on the stab. Come on. Yes, I got a natural 20! The 20 and a 19. For Nyland! So that is... Oh, fuck, I'm 1 and a 2 on the damage. A piercing damage of 9. And then... Sneak attack damage of... 25.
You stab in and sort of twist. Phenylan, we've killed it! it is still alive.
Bastard!
Even though your blade went up into the chin and you sort of dragged it back out. It is still alive, just. You can see one of the eyes is sort of glazed over a little bit. But it's still there.
I wanted to kill.
That will be your turn, Dargon.
Just keep
Shit, I'm quite a long way away.
Mm-hmm.
And we have no idea where this
But
other
you do
one is.
have swimming.
Oh, 40 feet movement. Nice. I think I can actually get there.
So do I.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So I shall. Do I get attacked?
No.
Cool. I'm going to see if I can fuck up Married Sea. I'm going to do one at a time. So this is 29 to hit.
Will hit.
13 points of slashing damage.
13 points slashing damage. Still up.
32 to hit.
Will hit.
Ah, it was rubbish. 12 points of slashing damage.
Say it's rubbish, but it's enough, as this time Timiel's Wrath just takes the head clean off this Married, and as it connects through and the Married's head goes, there is just this burst of water. The Married is gone.
I will look around to see if I can see the other one.
Make me a perception check, please. Disadvantage.
Ah, shit. I had advantage on that one, so that was a fuck up.
She used the first roll.
10.
No.
Yeah. Okay. I will forego the rest of my turn. I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna heal myself. It's fine. I'll stay there.
Okay, you are going to sort of swing twice and then look around, and then in an instant you just... as behind you a blade or a trident stabs into you. The invisibility drops and the Married is behind you, just sort of pushing this trident up into your spine. That is going to be not a lot of damage. That's 8 plus... Oh, somebody just fall off the chair.
No, I dropped it.
14 points of piercing damage from the first one as it then withdraws it and tries to do it again. And that's a 7 on the dice for a 17. So that will not hit. First one was a 24, I should have added, which I think hits.
Yes. Now, the second one you said didn't hit.
No, did not hit.
Here it comes.
Yeah, riposte. So I will actually be able to add a D10 to that maneuver if I hit him. So I shall swing back
6 for
round.
Hex.
And that, yeah, so that'll be a 28 to hit. And the D10. And I need to... Sorry, I need to just click that off there. Wow, okay, so that is... a lot of dice now. That's just crazy. So it's...
I love that. That is a lot of dice now.
25
In the meantime,
points,
while Dave... Oh, no, sorry. 25, he's straight on it.
25 points of damage. And yeah, that happened.
Nice. 25 points of damage to the Married as you turn and swing into it. You rolled your d6 as well, yeah?
Did roll my d6 as well, yes, and that was my
Fantastic.
reaction, so my reaction is now spent.
Cool. We are then round to Kirik.
I shall.
You need to make me
swim.
a concentration check as well. Sorry, Dave.
Yes, I do. That was on the...
It needs to be 10 or more.
10 or more, yes. Yeah, that's fine. 23.
23, you're fine. I've stuck your concentration now to your Kirik, so you're fine. Oh, I thought I had.
No, you haven't. And I will move my
now.
20 feet over there, seeing it appear right behind us, and I will attack it with Empiric Touch.
Huge hand comes to the water. 17 or more. So.
It's unnatural 20.
Nice.
2, 3 of these. Wow, that is shit. 5 points of 5 points of necrotic damage.
Oh man, that really was.
Love it. That was I heard a wow and thought, oh, this is going to be good. No, it's shit.
I'm rolling really bad tonight. Really bad. Yeah, 5 points of necrotic damage, and I gain 3 health back.
That's fine. So then we are back up to Bothrid, unless there's anything else you wish to do on your turn.
Nah, I'm good.
No. Now, in that turn, Bothrid has neither attacked nor done damage, so therefore the rage has gone.
True.
So he will instead just, with his woodcutter's axe, 5, 10, 15, 20... Not going to bother raging again, seeing that this creature is bloodied. However, we'll get disadvantage on the axe attack with the first one. So that's a 25 or a 15. So the first one's going to miss. Second one, a 19 or 23. So that one will hit. The second one, as he just swings. That's when I remember what I'm rolling there. Shows you how often he hits with this attack that I don't remember what it is. It's D12. That is max damage, though, for a 17 points of slashing damage against this Marid. That will be his action. He is going to use his bonus action to use another instance of his Fey gift. And this time he is going to use the Spite bonus action. And he is going to help Ander. So Ander, the next time that you hit... the next time you hit a creature with an attack roll, that creature will have disadvantage... you will make... Start again. Until the start of Bothrid's next turn. The first time you hit a creature with an attack, that creature will then have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
Right, so
all you got to do is hit it.
it'll be dead by then.
And that will be Bothrid's go, and it is your turn.
So, you're right in the way, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scooch on in here between you two.
Get out of the fucking way. Come on.
Excuse me. And then almost kind of do a crouchy lunge stab. Well, I've got to roll it normally because I moved. So, crunchy lunge stab is a technical term used by... Ooh! It's not going to hit them, is it, with 16?
It does not
But
hit.
it's okay because I'll use a lucky point.
There we go.
With a 24.
24 will hit, sir.
That's a bit better.
You'll get your sneak attack damage.
Damn straight. 8 piercing damage.
80?
And then
Fucking hell.
And then a sneak attack of 12.
12 for this time, as you do sort of stab in again for Nylin, this time in a different Marid, and sort of catch it in the, I'll say in the ear. It's still up. There is this sort of bluish blood as part of the ear just off. But it now has disadvantage on whatever attack it makes. On the next attack it makes. Anything else on your turn? You still have a bonus action if you wish to use it.
I might save. I've not got a lot of bardic inspirations left, so I'll save them. Just in
Save
case.
it. In which case, Dargon, your turn, sir.
Okay.
Not sure what the Marid is going to survive this one, but
Finish this.
Pull out a spoon. No.
let's go for the eyeballs. It's fine.
Oh no.
Oh dear! First one, natural one.
Dave!
Oh come on.
I love how he hit the button rather than tell us. That's fantastic.
That's a dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20 will hit that time, sir. Hey!
You're kidding. 2 of them.
2 natural
Fucking
ones.
hell.
Oh my god.
Now, Dave.
At least Bothrid's spite ability might actually come into play then.
Oh my god.
Change dice.
Yeah, man. 22 points of damage on one hit.
22
God,
points
they were
of
good
damage.
rolls.
So yeah, the Marid is still looking terrible, but is still up. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, bear with. Action
I'm waiting
surge.
for the.
Fuck that.
I was waiting for it. Then.
No, not happening. Not happening. Right, 30 to hit.
Come on,
Thank you.
3 natural ones. No, 30.
19 plus 16 and 29
both
to
hit.
hit. No, I didn't need to roll that
Yeah.
fourth one. What am I doing? I was just angry.
The angry 4th attack.
Yeah, there we go. Right, I'm getting the calculator out for that bad boy.
You know it's a lot of dice when the calculator comes out.
All right.
Are you ready?
Is it
61
more than
points of damage.
23? 61. Right.
He did.
Dargon, how do you murder this Marid?
I mean, I was, so this married swinging out the way or swimming out the way, and I'm getting angry, so just hone down, and then I just look at each arm and head, and I just lop off each one, and then finally the head.
So not only does Dargon murder this creature, dismembers it in the process, hung, drawn, and quartered, effectively. 1 arm, 2 arm, and then the head, and as the head comes off, just again bursts into water and is gone, and we are out of combat. Now, do not close the map just yet.
The first thing you hear momentarily, I say to the group, nobody saw the fact that I fucking missed.
When you're dying.
I was hard enough to just get out of the way of you swinging like a madman. You nearly took my head off.
Yeah, got a little out of sorts there. Anyway,
I'm used to this war business.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
as the
Is everyone
Marids
okay?
burst into water, and Bothrid sort of looks around you all. Bothrid's taken some damage, but I think the rest of you are looking pretty worse for wear, at least Ander and Dargon are.
100, yeah.
How is everyone?
I could do
Thinking of
with.
taking a healing potion.
I'm thinking of taking a sit down, to be honest. Anywhere we can
Oh,
hide.
okay.
Will move over to Ander and is going to cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds.
I'll take that.
Bear in mind, this is just the start of it.
That's fucking awful. You're going to take 6 points of health back. Oh, you're going to have
Cheers,
6
mate.
points of health back.
Well,
He tried.
I was thinking we've been walking for the whole day, so if we keep pushing through the water, I don't know how exhausted we might be. So maybe we find a place to hunker down and have a proper rest before we explore the city, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
So
go.
just to set the scene then of where you are, as you've all now just finished off these Marids and these water elementals, as you turn and now look towards the edge of this city, you can see the barnacle covered and partially destroyed ramparts that make the external part of what would look like the external part of the city, the walls. And in the middle there is a ruined gatehouse. It almost looks like there's a an old wooden platform. Maybe this was a dock, and you can see the couple of shipwrecks where you are. But through that gatehouse from the dock, if you like, there is an open, destroyed wooden door, barely there now. There's sort of half of it just left. And you can just about see into the city beyond. The first thing that sort of greets your eyes is this huge, great building. And I need to actually pull up the right map on Incarnate there. So I've got all the descriptions. You are free to share the map if you wish as well, Dave. So there you go. Not that everybody can see this currently, so at the minute the bits that the party would be able to see is this area, and you can probably just about see this building and these buildings here. So you can see some absolute ruins, but the thing that does stand out beyond that ruin gate is there's this large, maybe it's a temple or some sort of manor or a big hall type building is through the other side of this gate. So Wardens, do you want to rest out here? Do you want to go in?
If we find a place in one of those ships.
I was just going to say, if there's a cabin or part of it that we can swim into.
Yeah.
Looks fairly
North or south?
sturdy.
So we're near number 7, right?
You are literally outside number 7.
Gonna say north.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one vote for north. Yep, north. North.
Yeah,
it is then.
north.
So you
Works
guys
for
are
me.
probably around here. So you swim over to the north.
As we're walking, I'll pop a see invisibility. Because I saw those creatures turn invisible.
Yeah. He rolls for how many are there?
See nothing.
Great.
I'm not comforted by
As
that,
you wander over to this ship, and you sort of have to go round to the western side of it, where the majority of the hull has been destroyed, and there is a big gap. And you do sort of sneak in. You find what looks like an old, maybe mess hall or small dining area of sorts, some small area within this ship, which was quite large. Make me a perception check, please.
All of us?
Anybody who wishes to.
16.
16 as well.
18.
All three of you,
was
as
that?
you sort of move into this area, you can see there is a chest which is on its head, sort of literally on its just been flipped over. It sort of floats to one side. Doesn't float. It's just laid to one side of this chamber. Everything is still totally underwater as well, by the way.
Immediately put my hand on Anders' chest.
So by chest, do you just mean like a chest that somebody would keep their pajamas in, or are we talking pirate treasure here, Matt?
It's a wooden chest. It's not open currently.
It's
on
also
its roof,
a mimic.
on its lid.
If we're about to take a long
Underwater
rest,
mimic.
I will use
Fucking
another
awesome.
charge of my cloak to turn into Mr. Gills with webbed fingers and shit. And I will swim over to said chest, slipping away from Kirik's hand. And, well, firstly, I'll investigate it for any sea booby traps.
He said booby.
Make me an investigation check, please.
Guidance.
If you
That's a
can't, if you
D4,
can't
right?
beat them, join them.
So that's
No, when I put
21.
my hand on his chest, I cast guidance because I knew.
I said investigation, not insight.
What did I press? What a twat
Insight.
crying about. That's right, investigation's a better number. I'll roll that again, hang on, Matt. Oh, I rolled really shite that time. Plus guidance of a 2, so 17.
17. You don't feel any mechanical traps. Doesn't seem to be anything about this. It's literally on its lid. So do you want to roll it over as part of that?
Yeah.
Okay, as you roll this over, and it's just sort of... You then see this set of rags, if you like, just... And behind this chest, you now see the skeleton of a some sort of creature that was clearly holding this chest.
Could I tell what it is from the skeleton?
Make me a nature check, please.
29.
It's an orc skeleton.
Ooh. And awkwardly look at Kirik, and then...
Awkwardly? Sorry, no, I will stop.
Oh dear.
Why is my round of applause of sound effect?
We need a... That's what we need.
Yeah.
And then, okay, and then I will try and open said chest.
Okay, are you using... Sorry, are you just trying to open it, or are you trying to unlock it?
Yeah, I'll see if it's locked first.
Okay, it is locked.
With
As you go to lift
webbed
it,
fingers,
the padlock catches.
I will try and pick a lock underwater, which would be weird.
I'm going to say, because you've said you've got webbed fingers, make me a dexterity check with your proficiency bonus, but do so at disadvantage, please.
I'll just press 1, that's plus 14. And disadvantage. Oh, I still at 22 though.
What's your proficiency bonus?
Oh, hang on. I've looked at dexterity save. Not dexterity, it should have been a plus 9, so ignore me.
I was going to say...
Still, that was a good roll. Oh, that one's a 12. That's more appropriate.
At 12, yeah. You sort of try and grip the thieves' tools with your webbed fingers, and just... the thieves' tools slip out of your fingers and sort of begin to float gently down, or sink gently down to the floor.
I'm going to have another bash. I'm going to pick them up and have another bash. I'll get it, because there's going to be some good shit in here. There we go. 24.
This time you sort of wrap all your fingers tightly around the thieves' tools and jam them in there, and just... the padlock comes away, and this chest swings open, and there is sort of this rush of bubbles that surge out.
It's a good seal.
And Sebastian the crab pops out.
Inside, you find some cloth vestments, some clothes basically, on top, and there is a framed picture which has been perfectly preserved inside this airtight chest. And when I say a picture, it's an artist's impression of a female orc and a small orc child on her shoulder.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Would you like to investigate further?
Yes, but what I'll do, I'll give the picture to Kirik and I'll say, would you mind? Can you lay him to rest? I feel bad now that it's a family man's chest.
Yeah, I can do that tomorrow.
Okay. And then, I'll keep looking. I don't feel bad enough to stop looking. I just want, Kirik to make sure he's gone to a happy place. Compasses don't work underwater, and my moral compass, is just...
Remorse? Only slight.
Yeah.
As you then sort of dig under and pull the clothes out and just sort of toss them to one side, you do see a sword. Almost a scimitar, but not quite. A curved sword of sorts. One could argue a falchion. With this... Every Critical Role fan's just gone, what?
Yeah.
It's got a,
Don't touch it.
it's got a blue hilt and almost a bluish sheen to the blade.
I've got loads of swords I'm not attuned to that are just sitting in my back pocket waiting for such a special occasion. A blue hilt and a blue sheen. Okay.
If it has a yellow eye, I'm knocking it out your hand.
I will.
That would be metagaming.
I would just.
You would not know what that is.
I will put that in my bag of holding for a rainy day.
Rainy day at the pawn shop.
You also then,
So,
underneath
yeah,
that,
right.
find a leather pouch,
Ooh.
which is becoming increasingly waterlogged now.
What's in the, is there money in the pouch, Matt? There's got to be money in the pouch.
As you open said pouch, you find what looks like maybe 200 gold pieces, and atop those gold pieces, a single diamond.
Now we're talking. You're not having it, Kirik.
I'll remember that when you need Revivify.
One of us is gonna
Well,
die.
when
We're
I
given
was
a diamond.
Kirik while he was away being famous, I had a look at your inventory and you've got more diamonds than I thought, so you ain't getting no more out of me, sunshine.
Took a nosy through the bag.
Right.
I only have the
Okay.
one.
You then
Oh, yeah, you did
find
use-
an assortment of just general tools. There's a small hammer, a set of nails. It looks like this belonged to the ship's carpenter by the looks of it.
I won't need a hammer and nails. As is tradition, Ander has put coins on dead people's eyes before, so he'll put one coin on each eye of the dead orc as a sign of respect before he steals the rest from a corpse.
I'll say you wedge them into the orc's skull then and just sort of put them in there.
Well, that sounds less endearing than I wanted it to, but yeah, all right.
Well,
I'll jam
otherwise
into
they're
his
just going to
head.
fucking float to the or sink to the floor.
So I have 198 gold.
You
and a
delicately try and shove these gold coins. So yeah, 198 gold, a diamond, and a strange blue falchion.
Is it a diamond worth?
All I'm hearing you say is felch. What are you actually saying?
Falchion.
FAL.
I don't actually know what it is.
CHION.
There we go.
Falcon, but with a H in there.
And an eye.
And an eye.
And an eye.
Falchion. Falchion.
A curved
Not
straight sword,
felching.
basically.
Yeah. A curved straight sword? That's an oxymoron.
At the top is whatever. I know what I meant.
Yeah.
I'm using Dark Soul definitions.
Yeah, that's fine. Excellent. So, Wardens, having opened this chest and now settling inside this shipwreck, Bothrid will ritual cast water breathing again.
Yeah, Bothrid, could you make sure we don't drown down here? And Ander, do you mind doing your domey dome?
I will prepare to ritual cast a dome as well.
I was thinking, since we have arrived at the place that we need to be, it might be worth knowing what this is at the surface.
Or what? Yeah, that's a
We're
good
at.
point, actually.
Oh, yeah, and also, if we think we're close, did you not say that one of you can do a, where did I leave me seat thing?
I can do that, yes.
Well, is that worth doing it tonight? Get the direction.
I can't do it tonight. I will have to do it tomorrow.
Never mind.
But I was thinking of taking one of you up, and I know you need to stay to cast the dome, but Dargon, maybe if you come with me, we'll go to the top and then swim back down.
Yeah, happy to.
Great. We'll be back, and I will cast Water Walk on both Dargon and myself, which means we rocket up 60 feet per round. Yeah. We swim up 60 feet per round.
Just do it with the
It's
arm in the air,
literally
like,
like 2 water-based fireworks.
Yeah.
And I will say,
Basically.
as you
it's a
both
friggin'
shoot
elevator.
out of the top of the lock, you sort of shoot and then gently land on top. Make me a perception check, please, both of you.
As there are 8 people around it. 19.
26.
26. So both of you now look around you, and one of the shores of the lock is probably a mile away at most. And with Kirik, with your perception check of 26, you realise you're at one of the northern, or close to the northern shoreline, if you like. But as you look around, you can see that the shoreline seems to bend around you somewhat. So it's almost like this northern point within the lock, if you like. And at the most...
Are we... Karen.
At the most, sort of directly, well, not directly in front of you, sort of away to your left slightly, you can see what looks like the remnants of an old stone bridge. Very wide, but doesn't come out of the shoreline for more than maybe 15-20 feet before it's dropped off and destroyed.
Do we see anywhere near us the waterfall of the... If I'm not mistaken, there's a waterfall to the, to the west.
There is a...
Roger
You
that.
would remember that there is a waterfall to the far northwest, up one of the rivers that feeds into this lock, which is the waterfall, Sorrows Falls. That is the waterfall from the part of the Shivering Spine Mountains, which forms the Maltmaster's Keep.
Yep. Cool.
You are some distance from that.
At least we have a vague idea now where we are within the surface Argon.
I will say, with a perception checks that you got, in the far distance to the northeast, you can see what looks like the faintest of smoke trails, if you like, reaching into the sky.
Cool. That was north, sorry.
Northeast. So
Cool.
halfway between north and northeast.
Yeah. Well, suppose we should start also thinking about where we go after this.
Forgive me for being a little narrow-minded, but actually I'm going to stick to just getting through this first. But I suppose you're right. I mean, do we not need to know what this thing gives us? Find that out.
True.
I mean, okay, how about this? We pick a place we're going to go as a let's get the hell out of here. So, you know what I mean? I don't care if it's sea meat. I don't care if it's the Feywild. I don't care. I don't know where we have to be able to go. But you know what I mean? We just need to be able to pick a, safe place.
Well, the only safe place we had, at least that I could bring us to fairly quickly, is currently overrun by demons, so maybe not that one.
Okay. It is a completely mad thought, which we will need to discuss with our dear friend. We're gonna need very soon, if not now, every friend we need?
Need to
What
call the
if-
banners.
We need to call all the banners,
We
get 'em here.
need to call the banners. Echoes out from below somewhere.
We've
Oh,
got
I'm
a
not
lot-
party to this conversation. Sorry.
No.
Right, mad thoughts here, mad. But why don't we kill multiple birds with one stone? If we can get back down south to that horrible bastard of a king, if we can relegate his army, join forces with everyone else, we are close enough to then make an attack on the Black City, hopefully with an army behind us. I know it's a hell of a push, because it's probably not ours, but we need to take him out. It's a mad idea, because we might just be better off just trying to go straight in, but I don't know where you can take us, but I believe you can take us to where someone died, and I'm pretty sure we know someone, maybe, in that city. Down in
I
the
can't do that
gutters.
I can't do that for a week now.
Nah, okay. Well, you say, I did think it was a mad idea, but you get where I'm coming from. If we're not going somewhere
do.
safe, we need to get somewhere to get as much help as possible. And I don't know where that is now. Is it the Feywild? Is that where everyone went? Is that where all of our allies are? I don't know. Am I jumping the gun? Do we need to go another step? Do we need to find another?
I was thinking going south, to be fair. So,
What about our
as far
house?
as we know,
Leo?
everything. True, we haven't been there since.
Yeah, but we don't know anyone died. Well, no. Again, sorry. I know you can't take us in that River of Death thing.
Well, we'll discuss this with Enda and Bothrid when we go down.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that it's a suicidal mission to even attempt to just try and go straight into the Black City. Hence, I think we need to, get some connections. But I think we're not far off.
It's not the worst idea I've heard. So,
Yeah. Right. How do we get back down?
and I'll drop the spell.
Oh!
Look,
As
I'm still
I am
water-breathing
sinking
cast
quicker
on
than you, as I'm sinking quicker than you, Kirik. Not much quicker, because you're wearing heavy armor too. I will grab your ankle as soon as you get there, and I'm like, right, here you go.
And you drop down roughly just outside the shipwreck this time. As you sort of probably have shifted around a little bit. And you can't see Bothrid or Anda currently. The dome is up.
I will cast detect magic. To try
There
and
is a
find them.
dome-shaped aura that appears in front of you,
Right.
quite fucking clear with detect magic.
Yeah, but, okay, here's the next thing. Can we get in?
That's a good point.
So
we
try and
You
get
see
in.
an arm come out going, cooey. Waving at you.
I'm surprised it's not the middle finger. Gonk. So we just try and get
Yeah,
in.
well,
Just seductively, a leg will pop out, just a bare leg, and then an arm will.
there's nothing.
I'm not going to step out like I did last time. I'll make it.
Good.
Drop the spell in.
Instead,
Yeah, well,
Bothrid stands and sort of walks half out and holds out a hand to sort of greet you both in. And all four of you now inside the dome.
Well, we saw where we are. We are somewhere near the north shore. Not quite that far away from Sorrow's Falls. We were just thinking that, well, after this is done, we head south. Because, well, everything north of the river seemed to be overtaken. So,
Except Mountaineer, as far as we know.
as far as we know. But Dargon raised a really good point that we should probably focus on the first part of that plan, which is getting whatever it is here and leave.
Yes. Well, do you want me to take first watch?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'm feeling a little ropey. I know you're not looking great.
Yeah.
I will take second then.
We'll take third.
Kirik, you wake me up at the end.
Yeah. The reason I want to go first is I'm still running on adrenaline, so I want to use that before I just crash. Yeah.
You can see Anders' eyes are like his pupils like pinpricks.
I wore myself out in that last few swipes.
Cool.
Right.
In which case, then, as Bothrid, Kirik, and Dargon settle down for a long rest, let's go ahead and take a short break. So we'll be back in a few minutes, folks. Stick around for part 2.
Hi-oh.
Hey-o.
Hello.
I said I was ready to go, and now I need to pour myself another whiskey. So forgive me while I
We're
just
drinking
talk.
the
Hearty
orange.
foul.
Yeah, I say I'm almost through it now. It's that good.
I've done the faux pas of I poured my last drop for tonight, so I need to buy some more.
Oh
No.
The drink shelf has plenty on it,
Yes,
just not enough. No whiskey.
yeah.
I was going to say, for anybody that is new to the stream, there is a reason we're called Malt Magic, ultimately, and that's because the majority of us came together through our love of whiskey and gaming nights, and formed this D&D troop, and then somehow, being pretty much family at this point, plays D&D as well, so we all just chimed in, and
then the foreigner came in.
slowly corrupting Simao on whiskey. We're getting there.
You know you want it.
Absolutely.
Drink responsibly, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like me on a Monday night. Anyway.
Well, hey, my birthday's coming up, so maybe I'll buy something.
Hey.
That's just an excuse for us all to buy you whiskey.
Yeah.
Somehow
So I
hammered on
dropped
the
it in.
stream. Imagine there's a drunk Kirik.
Oh no. Drunk
Actually,
Kirik.
I
No one
think-
wants to see that.
Your birthday is the day after we stream.
It is, yes.
So yeah, there's a party to be had.
My birthday's a Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah.
What month?
How good am I, June?
Oh man.
Cool. So, before we took a break then, you had all settled down for a long rest apart from Ander. Andy, what are you doing in this moment as your allies bed down within this dome? You can still see everything around you. There's probably a slight shimmer, but with inside this dome you feel safe.
As soon as they fall asleep, I'm going to figure out what this sword can do. Not that I
Which
can
sword
attune
is
to
it?
it.
The
I
falchion.
mean, yeah.
I'm going to say make me an Arcana check then. If you're not attuning to it, make me an Arcana check.
Wow. Luckily with my cut, that'll get quite good Arcana now. 21.
21. As you begin to study this falchion, there is a subtle magic to it, and you begin to understand that this blade is a sailor's blade of a seafaring individual. You begin to sort of understand that the blade itself has increased effectiveness against those creatures of the deep that would threaten a sailor's livelihood. But also, as the messages gone through on chat there, I love that. But also there's an element of it aiding a sailor in their tasks. Don't quite understand what that aid is, but there's something about this which is both dangerous and yet helpful. I'm shaking my head because I've just seen the message
Samau
that's
is
come
on
through
fire
on a
tonight.
fucking signal. Samau is on fire. That one
It's
we
a
can
seaman
screenshot
sword.
and we will release on social
A
media
seaman
with
sword.
the
A
hashtag.
seaman sword.
Oh, I was just going to release it on social media there.
Yeah, you
Out of
can't leave people
context
hanging that long.
spoilers. Cool.
Okay.
So that's what you managed to figure out.
Not much. I can't really give it to anybody because they're all attuned to their own stuff, and Bufford's got enough presents from me. So, okay, I'll put it back into the bag of holding and just continue my watch peacefully.
Okay. Make me a perception check, please.
Is this where a megalodon comes and fucking kills me now? 15.
I'm sure a megalodon would fit in this lake. 15. The water is still-ish. There's a very, very gentle current around you. There is that constant pull towards the centre of this drowned city you now see before you. Or at least see part of before you. And eventually there is just this sort of almost a pulse that you can't visibly see but you can feel within you. And nothing happens but makes you uneasy, eager to move on if you like. Is there anything else you would like to do on your watch?
Feeling the pull, is there a way to, or could I try to connect to it to see if I could talk to anyone or anything that it is connected with? Knowing the sources are usually connected to things, beings.
Make me
Do I
an
need to turn my
Arcana
nipples to
check.
try and tune into the radio signals?
Make me an Arcana check. But
Ooh.
add on to that a... I'm gonna find it. Add on to that a 1, sorry.
16.
16. As you... I itch my eye, sorry. As you try and reach out to that presence, you do feel the presence now. And something in your mind, it sounds like bubbles and crashing waves. But ultimately means nothing to you.
What about if I was to cast Comprehend Languages?
Moment's passed.
Balls. Okay. Good thought though, right? A for effort.
Good thought. Good thought. Would have been good to cast first.
Well, I did. Yeah. Yeah, alright, Captain Hindsight. Alright. With that failed attempt, I will wake Bothrid up for his watch.
Married. What? Oh, my turn.
Yep. Nothing to report. All safe. Nice and still. Just as we'd want it.
Okay. Bothrid's gonna pull the javelin of lightning off his back and just place it over his knees as he sort of seats himself inside this dome now. Just watches out. Bothrid watches on, sees nothing. It's calm, still, it's eerie. Ander, as you sleep,
Uh-oh.
you begin to dream. And it's strange because in your mind you know you're underwater, but in your dream you are in a grand hall of sorts. You look down and you see very regal vestments, flowing gold cape, as you walk amongst this very resplendent city now and cross a long stone bridge atop a horse. You can feel the crown on your head. Fuck's sake, stick.
Oh, I love that. It wasn't me for a change.
The chaotic energy today is just...
This is 2 weeks in a row now.
10 points
You
to
feel the crown
Gryffindor.
on your head. You feel a familiar blade at your hip. You turn now and see a jewel of a city atop a shining silver lake, and a familiar presence in your mind as you sort of place a hand atop the dagger. For Nylin, my lord. Always for Nylin. Can you continue to sleep? Bothrid, as his watch comes to an end, wanders over to Kirik. Kirik.
Yeah. I'm up.
Who's your watch, though?
Sorry, I did want to do the DM and Bothrid could talk to each other.
What we need to do is mirror that. Oh, we have. We
I
fucking
have.
mirrored it.
I fucking have.
It's a Spider-Man moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to. Anyway,
Amazing. DMs of the multiverse. There we go. So, Kirik, is there anything you wish to do on your watch?
Yes, actually.
You were sitting so dead still there. I was like, is he still there?
Sorry, I was reading notes and I still couldn't find the thing that I wanted. As we are as I'm looking out and trying to find some peace, I would like to attempt to communicate with the Raven Queen. In such a way as to ask her if she could provide me with insight into... I can't remember his name because I'm having a big blank, but the Dragonborn artificer that was a Malt master.
Fuck me. Even I've forgotten it. The Stillman.
Stillman, that's the one. I literally had a note of every one of them, apart from Stillman. I know, it's
There
been
we
a
go.
long time,
Stillman. Are you casting a particular spell with that, or?
I am going to attempt Divine Intervention.
Okay.
Because I do not have the spell prepared. I need to roll a 12, and I rolled a 15.
sorry, why 12? It needs to be your level, doesn't it? Oh, you're leveling.
It needs to be my cleric
bollocks.
level.
Whoa.
bollocks!
I will double check.
However, I think it's your level, isn't it?
It's my cleric level.
Oh,
It is your
Or
cleric
less than
level.
12.
However, I will say, as you cast this, the cold of the lake around you surges through you somewhat. And a series of almost like bubbles or white foam almost appears in front of you in the shape of that familiar mask. Just this once, Kirik, as you are so near so much death. What is it you ask?
I want that sword destroyed. And I want to know where he is.
To destroy the sword, if you wish me to do it, you know where it must be taken. As for his location, well, there are ways I can show that to you. And this foam mask is going to surge towards you and flips and places itself against your face, and your vision goes black. And it becomes blurry. Eventually it clears and you see a vast desert before you. And you're almost flying, soaring through the air. You see a lake, small lake of fire, and a black walled city. Pointed towers, bits of walls that jut out at nefarious angles, and a central palace, if you like, built of obsidian, the blackest rock. And outside sat as devils, humanoids I should say, all manner of creature adorned in black armour stream around, and everywhere fire. And you see the Stillman now, no longer the dragonborn form that he was, but a more human face. Still the hint of a dragonborn there, but red skin. And almost this stark white tattoo on that face. The symbol which you would recognise as the symbol of Baal. As I very quickly go and remind myself what fucking symbol I used.
Is the hand? No, the hand was up in there.
Bear with. Ah yes, this symbol of almost a white human skull, and around the eyes, around the Stillman's eyes, this tattooed fire almost, and these radiating drops around the face. and the blade now atop the knees of the Stillman. The blade no longer black, but a blood red colour, and the shining ruby in the centre glowing ever brighter. There is a horn that sounds, and instantly all the creatures around in the black armour turn and make their way to an assembly somewhere. The Stillman takes the Stillman takes the sword, pushes it into the ground, steps to his feet, swings the sword around, places it into a scabbard, and there is a moment where just twitches, tongue flicks out, still that serpentine-like tongue of a dragonborn. Shakes his head, continues to walk forward. And your vision returns to you as the mask. I hope that was useful for you.
It was, yes, thank you.
You are lucky. On this occasion, I once thrived here. A shame.
Maybe one
Good
day.
luck, my champion. Let us hope. I will see you on the other side, Kirik. Go with the
Thank you.
my warden.
Nod my head.
And the mask dissipates. While this is going on, Ander, you continue to dream. This time, from an external perspective, a shorter perspective. No longer feel a crown on your head. No longer feel a familiar dagger at your side. Instead, a small pack on your back, which you remember is filled with scrolls. But your eyes see, and they see everything. You see the three brother kings in their most perfect of armour, dressed in the most respectful manner they could. One atop a great wolf, another atop a horse, another atop a creature you can't quite place. And they march, leading a procession across a bridge of stone. Atop a cart, if you like, pulled by numerous horses, a stone casket of sorts, familiar stone casket, one that you, Ander, recall seeing a very long time ago now. Do you recognise the tomb, if you like, or the sarcophagus of Girth? And atop it, a glinting silver object, or a glinting metallic object. There are numerous people at the other end of the bridge as you join this procession. And as you reach the other side of the bridge, you seat yourself. The procession comes to a halt. And there is a sound now. A rushing. Screams. Shouts. As the procession turns. And you watch as a shining jewel of a city sinks into the Great Lake. A colossal maelstrom pulling the city down. And you stand and panic for everyone that was there and begin to step onto the bridge as somebody pulls you back. And you see a man of sorts, no, an elf. Grey hair, simple grey robes, a light grey scarf around the neck. And they look down on you with these blue eyes. And just nod. And they make their way over to the sarcophagus of Geth. They bow down. And only you see it. The hand that snakes out and removes that shining object. And you continue to dream. Kirik, is there anything else you wish to do on your watch? I think you're on mute, sir.
No, there is not.
Okay. So you go and wake the Goliath himself.
Indeed. No one?
Yeah, oh, well, it's not morning already, is it? Oh, no, it's my watch.
It is indeed.
Anything creepy, crawly, nasty? Oh, there.
Nope. Seems to be pretty silent here.
Cool. Get some rest.
Will do.
Dargard, is there anything you wish to do on your watch, sir?
Yeah, I'll sit out, look outside, if I can sort of see just, I'm sure it's like a very tiny slither of outside from where we are.
I mean, you can see out of the dome, it's fine. And you're just basically in this husk of a ship.
Yeah.
So yes, you can see still the walls and this giant gatehouse, if you like, of the dock.
So I just keep an eye out on that lot. But I'll bring Timur's Wrath out, lay it down on my thighs, hands on each end. Well, looks like we're having some decent fights now, and interesting. It hadn't really occurred to me until Kirik took me to the surface of the lake. But you may get the chance to taste the blood of that vile creature that forced you to do stuff you didn't mean to. I hope I can give you the honour and the chance to do so. And cut him down.
Why do you think you were chosen, Dargon? Everything is circles. Cycles. Blade that was broken was reforged. A vow that was made was broken, must be reforged again as well.
Yeah, I suppose I wouldn't have believed that before, but I'm now wearing armour of the Everlight, holding a sword from Palor. You know, there's one other thing I don't really know, but I feel like I got something the last time that we were at one of these places. I don't know when or if it will be useful. Don't even know what it was. Source, or whatever that was. I just have to hope that it is useful and I'll find out. It's weird.
There is a power about you now. Dormant.
Yeah. It's... well... let's hope it's not dormant when I need it. But, yeah.
I'm sure when it's time it'll reveal itself. At least that seems what happened with Ander. But then I'm but a simple sword.
Oh, far from that. There will be many a demon and fiend for you to cut down. I'll be proud to be wielding you while you do.
And I will be proud to fight by your side as always, but I do have a request.
Ask it.
When it is done, I wish to be returned to him.
Well, as sorry as I'd be to see you go, I think I can honour that when it's done. After all, when I arrived in Nylin, I knew I wouldn't survive. But now, well, I have a glint, a hope, that I can settle back down and look after an old temple, knowing I've done my bit. I won't need a sword for that. You got to keep me alive until then,
Perception
though.
check with advantage, please. Just before you make that final point, sorry.
23.
The walking beacon of radiance that you are right now. The armour surges for a second. It seems she's inclined to agree.
Yeah. I wouldn't think we'd make it through if it wasn't for these guys around me. Still, it's a long way to go.
It is. But you've had help where you've needed it. We all have. Maybe there's more to come. Or maybe we must simply see this through to the end together. Regardless.
Oh, I can promise you, I'll be seeing it to the end. One way or the other, you and I.
We will. One way or another.
I will continue the rest of my watch looking out.
And as you continue looking out, Ander, you continue.
Fucking hell. I'm getting repaired a strain injury from all these notes, Matt.
Once again, this
I love
perspective
that.
is.
We've got a thing of just me and you, and the whole time it's supposed to be an intimate moment. I'm looking down writing notes like this. Sorry, viewers.
Fine.
I'll write my notes like this.
It's alright, I've just noticed that the frozen sticker is now, the frozen plaster is now appearing on camera.
I did, when I first saw a glimpse of it, I thought, has he got a tattoo? No, he hasn't. And then I realised it was.
We'll talk about that in a minute anyway. Back to the adventure. Your perspective is once again taller. And you
Can I
have
check in my last dream? Was that Gindryss? Would I know that was Gindryss?
You
The
would
old
have
elf.
recognised that was Gindryss, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Ander would have recognised that was Gindryss. Now as you look down, there is a permanent sense of cold within you. And you look down and see grey robes that you wear. You feel the grey scarf around your neck. You look to your right, having just stepped down from the sarcophagus, and you tuck a dagger into your robes as you look over and see a small female gnome with a pack upon her back. She looks upon you with these strange purplish bluish eyes, and you know she knows. And you smile. You sit next to her as the procession continues on. People weep not only for their king, but for their city now. It fades into the distance. You do not speak, either of you. But you look to the north. You turn and place a hand on her shoulder. Nod once again. And then you step distance away. And your body twists and contorts and becomes the shining silver dragon. You launch into the air, clutched in a talon or a claw. A small sword at this point, but a familiar presence in that sword. As you soar over plains, rivers, a city, some sort of monastery next to a forest. You arc to the northwest over shining white mountains until you reach a dwarven city. You land and shift once again. And a dwarven warrior approaches, bows before you. You hand them the sword. And you turn and walk across the frozen tundra now, back towards the mountains. And your dream ends. As you wake, you find Dargon sat there. And Bothrid sort of no. Morning. Oh. Everybody sleep well?
Yeah. Think so.
Nobody else had weird dreams then?
No.
No.
Bothrid at this point, knowing what happens after one of you dreams or all of you dream, just starts to pull out rations and starts to try and fix something underwater. You see him like pulling out some spices and just sort of trying to catch it against the rations just to try and season something. Carry on.
Well, firstly, I dreamt I was Geth, heading into the city while it was still on above water. Then I dreamt I was the seer, walking along a funeral procession of Geth's death, to which point a this whirlpool opened up and the city sank. And then I was Gindryss stealing the Moonblade from the casket of Geth and taking it to Shiverspire. So,
Why would he steal the blade?
well, that's the thing. If I got the blade off one of the Brother Kings, my direct descendant, why did Gindryss take it and not give it to him and take it to Shiverspire? Did he take it knowing my descendant, one of the Brother Kings, would eventually wind up there? It's weird. But
Sounds
what
like he
was strange-
knows more than he's letting on.
Mm-hmm. And what was strange was flying over Nylin as a dragon, which was cool, but seeing Nylin as it was all those years ago, like, there was a monastery near the forest. That wasn't there when we were there, was it? And seeing Shiverspire in all its glory, it makes me realise how far Nylin has fallen.
Hopefully, with you on the throne, can go back to his former glory.
Well, I'm definitely going to need some help. I can do the people management, but I'll need somebody to do the books, the admin.
Sure, you'll find someone.
Yeah, I'm on it. Don't you worry.
Right.
I can do this.
I know a
Don't
good scholar. Dagon, you are not doing anything that involves pen and paper.
Oh, it's absolutely fine.
I-
Oh, you mean Bothrid? Yeah, got it. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I will bow to that.
What? Sorry, I was fixing.
Bothrid is the king's chef. That's 100% nailed on.
Your Majesty, your breakfast?
Oh, I could get used to this, you know.
Your Majesty, where's this fucking throne?
Alright,
Before
to be honest,
that, I was granted a vision during my watch by her.
You mean you fell asleep during your watch?
No, I mean I was granted an audience in the vision, and well, it confirms something that I think we've all suspected, but at least it's good to know. The influence of the sword that you picked up such a long time ago now has fully gotten to the Stillman. He is different.
so what you're saying is I dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I don't think you would like the way that he looks now. He looks strangely more human for a Dragonborn. It's almost like his draconic side has almost been overtaken by something else. He was in, can only assume it's the Black City, and there was a horn that sounded, and the troops seem to be gathering. I don't know where they're going, but considering
This was a
there is
vision
only
of the
one,
present time, right? Not like a future glimpse or...
I can only assume so. Was the time of day, Matt? Was the time of day the same as I can assume it is? It was at the time as well.
Having gone up to the surface and descended
Yeah.
back down, roughly work out similar time frames would have worked out.
Yes, this type of magic doesn't really look into the past or the future. It's more about the present. So
It does bring up that question we spoke about, Kirik. Not to jump ahead, but where do we go from here?
yeah. I still think south is the best option. Although, Dagon, I must say, they won't be expecting 4 idiots, really, if we go ahead with it, to just assault the Black City by ourselves.
Yeah,
I don't know what we would do there.
Well, they wouldn't expect it, but if I may use a battle analogy, an ant does not expect a boot. So, I don't think that the 4 of us going up against it is going to help. We need backing. So, unless that's not what you meant, I don't think that we can do this as the 4 of us. We need to make sure that we pull every vile demon creature and mercenary that they have got away while we deal with the higher peeps. So
Agree.
we do need to go and find all of our allies. I believe they're being pulled together. But there is one large army-based city that... City-based army, whichever way around. Words. And I think we need to have a bit of a coup d'etat there.
Agree.
And I'm sure you're not thinking unfavourably of unseating the false throne down south.
I would take no great pleasure in doing that, obviously. No, it'd be the greatest day of my life, I think, doing that.
Oh.
But
You mean
I think...
the oaf, the grumpy oaf?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can we chop his head off?
If you want to, Bothridge.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, look,
Okay.
No.
as much as I would love that,
What
we
do you
will
mean, no?
attempt the bloodless coup.
I have spoken. He shall be beheaded.
We
Half with his head.
we need the city on our side. That's all we need. I don't care if the higher echelons that are behind him, they can all, go do one. But
What about the woman? Could she unite the city?
well,
Very
His
likely.
daughter.
yeah,
That's true.
I think.
But then that would mean
I
going
think
to
we
Falia to get her,
Yeah, we
to
need
then
to.
go to Deluan.
It's not a bad shout. We are spitballing this idea. I think that the direction in from the Black City is from down there. So let's get our friends, possibly even just show the might of how many people we have behind us. That may mean the bloodless coup. Everyone else joins us. We all go up, and that could be the way. If not, then the occasional fisticuff. Someone's head gets smashed on the floor. Whoops, and then we, we'll crack on.
Right, it's something that I may have phased on. When they portaled everyone to safety, Ethereal and the Distiller, where did they portal them to?
We don't know. As far as I'm aware, we don't know.
I think we sort of glimpsed through, but other than that, that's about it. So,
Okay.
Everybody make me a perception check with disadvantage then. To see how much you witnessed
Must have been
through
so
that portal
good.
at the time.
11.
Sure.
23.
Disadvantage on
Fucking
23.
24.
Let's do Bothrid for shits and giggles.
Gargon was too busy fighting.
Yeah.
Bothrid got a 6.
As
And
you do.
and Kirik, now you think back to that portal, and now in those sort of fractured memories, if you like, of what you saw in between combat and chatting with people, or I say chatting, conversing with people, what you remember is a series of towering buildings, but also the edge of a river or the mouth of a river and a coastline in the distance. Kirik, you would recognize it as some form of university. Neither of you, however, have any fucking idea where that place is, as you've not been there.
Oh, there is quite a few places we haven't been, to be fair.
Frantically looks at the map.
I'm gonna pull the Sage background card and see if I recognize a university anywhere in Nylon.
Oxford. It's Oxford.
I will say make me a wisdom check, but add your proficiency bonus.
Roger that. As if on fucking Q, it is a natural 20
Nat
for 25.
You've read about Nylon. You've read about the cities, the towns, the landscape, the politics. There's only one university of sorts that you ever knew of. Run by a coven of wizards. And that's in the city of Idril. You know that this city itself is formed around the university. And there is a single wizard mage that leads the city, who is also the head of the university. You would remember them being called the Prime Arcanum, or Arcanum.
May I say they took it? That's one hell of a risk. Damn. I mean, I know that there's nowhere safe in Nylon at the moment, but do you know what I mean? Like, whoa.
Where is it?
Where is Idril? It's on the eastern seaboard of Nylon. At the end of the river that connects the coast with Moonbright and the Maltmaster's Keep.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it is like equidistant, I think, from Maltmasters and Moonbright to Idril, or not that far off, but it's still, I was like, oh crap, that is right next to Moonbright.
Yeah.
The last place they'd look, hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
The DM's hint I'm going to give you there is now think about who was in the room at the time.
True.
What, when they portaled?
They've got
Well,
got everyone there. Like, if we want a place where everyone is,
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
yeah,
But
two
also,
wizards,
I
as you
mean,
say, so
think
you-
about who was in the room when that portal was created.
2 wizards. Who
And
probably
also
studied
2
that.
enemies.
Two and a bit.
Oh, the devils as well. Do you mean?
No. When the port was created,
Just the fact-
the devils didn't turn up till you got there. So there was Nathan, there was the distiller, and then somebody else had opened a portal. Ethereal had opened the gate to get into that room, right? So you got 3 wizards in one room, effectively.
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably all studied there at some point.
We're yeah.
There's a freebie for you.
Fingers crossed they do that sort of Hogwarts thing, and just like with that many wizards there, they just cover the place and be like, alright, that's it. No one's getting in.
So what we'll do, we'll get the
Totem.
Yeah.
we'll get the Hogwarts Express to Idril after we've freed the source.
Idril.
Idris Elba. We'll go to Idris Elba's house, and then
Fucking hell, the gatekeeper.
we'll get everybody. Go get. Is there a way to send word to? Fucking hell, I can't remember her name. Delywin King's daughter, Layla. No, fucking hell, I'm having a stroke.
Lena.
There is, yes.
Lena. That girl. Is there a way to get word to Lena for her to meet us there, and then we can all travel together to Delywin to get rid of that cunt, and then we'll go to the Black City. Full steam ahead.
I like how simple you make things under. It is very useful.
I mean, to be fair, we wanted a plan of action, and to be honest, I can't really discount that. I think it's going to be better if we're going to try and take... is it Deluin?
Yep.
Try and take Deluin with her and a army behind us. So, let's do that, and then head from south, north, west, and take Black City.
Assuming it's still intact when we get there.
Or Deluin. Yeah, good shout.
And Idril.
Don't break my hopes and dreams.
Yeah. Well, we have a plan for what we do next, which, to be honest, is more than we usually do. So.
Watch us not follow it when we leave this place.
I like to think that we've got this far not being fully prepared. The one time we feel fully prepared is the time it's all going to go.
I'm not going to lie, it makes me slightly uneasy.
Yeah.
Used to roll.
Think of the glorious death.
As you all eat, Bothrid has once again somehow managed to make a marvel of food. You're each going to get 5 temporary hit points for the next 8 hours.
Hey, nice.
Ooh.
Temporary. Oh, I need to do my long rest. My
You
goodness.
say
So
8?
everybody click long rest.
5.
5.
Oh, I heard 8.
Long rest as well. And I've
For
chosen
8
my
hours.
spells.
It's probably worth saying that also while I was on my watch, I tried to connect to the sense of pulling that I feel when I'm near these things, and I'm certainly 100% pulled towards the centre of this place. So the obvious massive building in the middle is definitely the place we need to go. I tried to communicate with it, but it spoke in a language I couldn't understand, and by the time I'd tried to cast the spell to make me understand it, I'd lost the connection.
It wasn't like a rapid pulling back and forth,
You mean masturbation?
Oh, yeah, no, I was just pulling... Oh, no.
Harking back to the wet dream joke.
Okay.
What would happen if you ejaculated underwater? What would that look like?
Clearly, you've never done it in a hot tub.
I mean, he's told me not to have to.
Wow.
Dave never lets me do it at his house.
Let's
It was making it out.
let's move on swiftly, shall we? Holy shit.
As long as it's not the filter.
So
As long as I don't have
Wardens.
to clean the filter.
This
So does
Kirik
that mean
holds his
we're
head in his
just-
hand.
We're just gonna head into the center, get the source, and then that's it.
Simple as that.
Yeah, nothing's going to go
And
wrong.
get to Idris.
Onward!
Great.
We have to think also of how we get to Idris the long way round without going via Moonbright.
We can follow the river.
True. We could just do the whole thing underwater. Still.
All on top of it.
Different river.
We'll just get to the sea and then walk along the sea. That's the long way round. Yeah. Great. Well, in that case, let's make a move. Lead the way, Ender.
I love that. I've just put the sentence, Dave ejaculated in a hot tub. That is now on to the internet forever, Dave. You're welcome. Put that on your CV.
Oh, you make one joke.
Joke.
Anyway, cool. So you
Wasn't your
are all
brother's hot
now
tub, was it?
leaving said shipwreck and
Yeah.
making your way through the gatehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody make me perception checks then as you enter through the gatehouse.
I've got sword and shield out, but I'm just
balls.
beacon anyway.
I've got 12.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I rolled like shite as well. 12 as well.
I rolled better with disadvantage.
24.
And there it is.
At least one of us can see.
Ander and Dargon, you are lost amongst the ruins, but even looking at the ruins before you now, you can see that this is a city far more resplendent and regal than any other city you've ever encountered. You've been to Moonbright with its grand temples of cord, its bronze statues, and even sunken and destroyed. There is something about this city which just, I would say, takes your breath away, but you're underwater. Kirik, you see this as well, but you also see a distinct blue glow to the west of your position, slightly northwest. If you're looking at Alberodio in that direction, there is this blue glow that comes from behind the ruins. Even from where you all are stood, there is a single building to the west. So yes, this is where the blue glow is coming from. Number 4, funnily enough. But all of you see this huge building in the centre. And under this is where you feel the pull. Kirik, however, you feel a cold shiver of sorts, but a familiar cold shiver. And that comes from the south, or the southwest.
Cool. And where did you said we need to go?
The pole is literally directly towards that large building in the middle there.
That's where we go.
So you're heading straight for the big building in the centre.
Yep.
You wander through the city then. Moving slowly, of course, because only one of you has a real swimming speed. 2, technically. Bothrid will have ritual cast again to make sure everybody can water breathe as they see fit. There are skeletons scattered about, or bones scattered about, and you see fish swimming around. There's creatures of the deep all around you.
Does it look like the city has been eroded by being underwater, or a battle, or that it looks like a massive earthquake happened and that's why this thing's down here? Like there's some sort of something happened for this to be underwater, and so what does that damage of those buildings look like?
It looks like a natural disaster, I will say that sort of. It doesn't look like there was a battle of sorts. And the way the skeletons are, there's no one really adorned in armour. There's a couple of people positioned in, as you walk through, what you would assume are guard posts, but generally the skeletons that you see and what's left of the rags that they wear, or the clothes that they wear, is just simple commoner clothes.
So actually,
there's no ramparts, there's no palisades or barricades, or it doesn't look like the arms of the city were raised at any point.
Can I make the assumption, therefore, that as there are people still here, that this happened pretty freaking quickly and wasn't really, like people were told to get out? This wasn't abandoned.
Wasn't abandoned. Which would match what Ander has told you about what he saw.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird how quickly it seems to have happened. I suppose that matches what you said, Under, but it's just, I don't know, a bit creepy. One day you're walking along the street, the next, nothing.
It was literally just gone from the dream. It was just as quick as that.
Yeah. We still don't know why, do we? Do we?
Well, it was like a whirlpool opened up. So whether that was natural or at the hands of someone powerful.
The thing is, was it to protect the city or to harm it?
Ooh.
You could still think that it could be, if forgive the saying, our side. Because the sacrifice of the few for the many.
You don't think Gindryss did it? If he stole the dagger,
You have to be somewhat powerful, someone powerful. It could even be the source itself
yes.
to protect itself.
Yes.
But I don't know.
All questions to ask the source, perhaps.
Let's go ask it then.
As the four of you then approach the keep, the design is strange. It's not elven, it's not dwarven, it's not really anything you can place. It's almost like an amalgamation and the best bits of every racial architecture, if you like, formed into this almost intact, in fact, glittering palace. And as you sort of make your way round this building and eventually find the dual set of stairs that lead up to a platform and then the main doors, again you see the remnants of guards here, positioned at their posts to protect the palace. And that pull is stronger than it's ever been here, and almost in your head you can just hear this pulsing. Almost feel it through your very being. The blade. Well, home then. It's been a while.
Will we be safe here? Is what I'll reply.
Oh, who knows? In the water, after all.
Helpful.
I try to be. For Nyland and all.
Yes, for Nyling. Onward.
As we are walking and we are approaching the source, I am going to just gently grab onto my holy symbol and I will say, I'll just whisper under my breath. If anything, these sources are getting more powerful. I might need your protection. I'm going to cast Death Ward on myself. And there's going to be this sort of spectral, like, cloak of raven feathers that falls at the back of Kirik.
For everyone around Kirik, you would feel the temperature of the water drop, and it is a A familiar feeling you were not expecting, nor did you wish to feel. That feel of the river. Death itself.
What are you doing?
Making sure I stay alive long enough to save all of you.
Okay. As you were. That's no reason there's any. I thought we were going somewhere.
The four of you walk up the marble stairs. And you can see the entrance to the palace now, which is ajar. There's no light from within. But as the four of you approach and Dargon obviously gets closer, his radiance, the radiance of his armour, the radiance of Timiel's wrath shines through, and you can see a hallway with these marble pillars as you enter inside, and again, strangely, this is almost intact apart from the obvious underwater wear and tear, if you like. There are barnacles and algae and sea creatures all throughout. And you can see this grand hallway eventually opens out into a central chamber, if you like. There are doors off here, there and everywhere, but in this central chamber there is a throne. And there is light that reaches this throne. As you sort of look up to the ceiling, you can see there is an oculus, a hole in the ceiling that allows light to shine down, the light from the surface, if you like. There's an eerie glow now to the throne, but under that pull, ever stronger.
Is this it? Is this the throne?
Ander won't say anything. He just keeps walking towards it, almost as if he's entranced by it now.
I'll turn to Kirik. You think the source is underneath us again, like it has been in the other places? Or is it in here?
No, I think we're heading down again.
Yeah, I think so too.
And if I reach the throne in this time, I will then I'll sit on it, mate. I will sit my bum straight on it without a second's hesitation.
You get within about 60 feet of this throne, and it's at that moment where you realise there is movement in this chamber. Behind the throne there is a sea creature of sorts that just sort of floats there. Its head's pointed down. But as you approach within that 60 feet, these two hammerhead shark-like heads lift up. And there are 5 other swirling movements around you.
Oh.
5 great sharks now swim around the throne, one but 30 to 40 feet from where you are. And as that 2-headed great shark now looks upon you, the eyes just bleed to black. I think that's probably the best place to leave it for this week.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, this thing.
David Amber ain't going to be happy when we kill these sharks.
So, what an episode. That was awesome, is all I'm going to say. Loved the RP there, loved the dreamscapes that we've managed to shape, and the character interaction's been fantastic there. So thank you all for joining us once again as we march ever closer to the hopefully epic conclusion to this campaign. We are getting there. Yes, awesome, simply awesome. So thank you to all the tools we've used. Incarnate, as I say, really came to the fore there. I would thank the original creator who created that underwater effect for Incarnate, but they are anonymous on there, so I cannot thank them, which is really disappointing is the term I'm going to use there. It's infuriating, actually, because I would love to reach out and thank them because it's amazing what they've been able to do, and I've just taken that and fed it into the other maps that I've created, and you'll see the throne room next week as we begin. So thank you to them. Thank you to Anonymous. It's amazing what you're able to do there. Thank you to Owlbear Rodeo, of course, D&D Beyond, which has come to its forte, of course, tonight. Next week, we will have updated character tokens to showcase our new additions. I will make sure they all get added in. And we will see what this throne room has to offer. Thank you to our newcomers tonight. It is great to see you, great to have you in the chat. Thank you for interacting with us. Hope you enjoyed the show. There is 92 other episodes of chaos, awesomeness, emotional content. Go and enjoy it. If you love it, please spread the word. We would advocate that. Hopefully our regular viewers would advocate that as well. If you want to go and listen to us on the podcast, please do. The podcast is available on your podcast platform of choice: Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, whatever you see fit. It's also open on Opencast as well, so you can go catch it on there. If you get the chance, as I say, please leave a review. Please help us spread the word, and we can make things even greater for you. I think as we are 7 episodes away from episode 100, we will put our thinking hats on and think of something special to do when we reach that mark. I don't think it's going to be the final episode of the campaign, but it's an important milestone. I think we've got too much to do between there and here, but we will see what happens. Anyway, with that, thank you all for joining us once again. Thank you to my amazing players. You are fucking awesome. All 3 of you. I said all 4 of you then. That would include myself. But no, all 3 of you. You're amazing. This is an absolute joy to do. So, with that, I will say good night. We love you all. Stay safe. And we will see you next Monday.